Members of a drugs gang have been sentenced to a total of 74 years in jail for plotting to smuggle 90 million worth of cocaine into the UK. The group of 7 men were arrested following a major National Crime Agency-led operation at the port of Sheerness in Kent in December 2021. The raid saw more than 100 officers swoop on the gang as they attempted to recover the drugs from a container. More than a ton of cocaine was hidden inside a shipment of bananas which had arrived on the vessel from Costa Rica. The shipment had been arranged by gang leaders Danny Laird, 41, from Hertfordshire, and Joel McCoy, 34, from Manchester. However, they were unaware that they had been the subject of a 2-month surveillance operation by the National Crime Agency, who watched a series of meetings took place at pubs and cafes and service stations to organise the importation and recovery of the drugs. In late November 2021, McCoy flew out to Costa Rica to oversee the loading of the cocaine into a container. Text messages later found on his phone by the NCA showed he stood to make 100,000 from the venture. Joel McCoy arrived back in the country to lead 4 members of the group as they attempted to recover the drugs. They included Darren Lorry, 53, of No Fixed Abode, who had been working to train the others to use a forklift truck that they had specifically purchased to unload the cargo quickly. In the early hours of 20th of December 2021, the gang driving 2 vans in a convoy were waved through the port security checkpoint by corrupt security guard Sam Elphick, 30, from Sheerness, Kent. Elphick had been recruited by Laird. They then used the forklift to access the container which were carrying the drugs. At this point, a cordon was put around the port, and armed officers from the NCA, Armed Operations Unit, and Kent Police moved in to make arrests, detaining the 5 and Elwick. A short time later, Laird, who was on an electronically tagged curfew for other unrelated offences, was arrested by the NCA at his home address in Buntingford. 6 men were charged with conspiring to import Class A drugs, and all pleaded guilty, while Elphick pleaded guilty to participating in the activities of an organised crime group. Sentencing the gang at Maidstone Crown Court, the judge Catherine Moore said they stood to make substantial sums from a highly sophisticated operation that would have had a devastating effect on individuals and communities, fueling further crime had it succeeded. Joel McCoy of Whitworth Street West, Castlefield, Manchester, was sentenced to 13 years and 4 months. Danny Laird, 41, of Spencer Close, Buntingford, Herts, was sentenced to 14 years and 8 months. Darren Lorry, 53, of No Fixed Abode, was sentenced to 12 years and 4 months. Michael Turner, 57, from Buntingford, Herts, was sentenced to 11 years. Carl Davidson, 33, of Parker Drive, Buntingford, Herts, was sentenced to 10 years. Ian Woodward, 36, of Standon Road, Ware, Herts, was sentenced to 11 years and 3 months. Sam Elphick, 30, of Melody Close, Sheerness, Kent, was sentenced to 2 years. Please like this video, please comment, and don't forget to subscribe to my crime channel. Thank you.